Welcome, everyone, to Drag the Waters here on CKDU 88.1 FM, live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Today, let there be doom. Today was filled with gloom, so there will be doom.
Perfect weather.
Perfect weather. I'm just gonna... Oh, hey, I guess I got which mic is yours right on the first try.
Nice.
Yeah, that's, like, incredible for me. We're starting a little late, but nonetheless, we will, carry on with the show as normal. Welcome to Drag the Waters, everybody. I am a little frazzled right now. Just the room here, the master control room has been changed around, and it's throwing me off guard entirely. Like, several tables have been moved. The new releases have been moved. I'm off my game. We got Bill here, and his shiny head is distracting me because I haven't shaved mine in a while, and I just have baldness envy.
Everybody has baldness envy, man.
Yeah, even if they don't realize it.
Yes.
Like, even the guy who was doing the show before me, he's bald too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he has pretty good bald head, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's beard envy. You've got a fantastic beard there, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill Arsenal of Doom Machine, of course, joining us here on Drag the Waters. And, oh, I guess this is on. Let me try turning this off. Speak?
Speak. Doom.
Okay, now
Doom.
I've got it right. Now I've got it right. All right, so we're going to start off the show. We're going to be playing only Doom Machine for this show. We have plenty of selections, and we're going to start off with a song called Scarecrow, then go into Not Beyond Judgment, and then we're going to talk about those songs and figure out exactly what's going down here on Drag the Waters on CKDU 88.1 FM. I'm finally back into the groove, or at least as much of a groove as I have.
You think you are?
Yeah, I think I am. I think I know, but I'm horribly blind. Device reference. It's a shame that that band's never coming back. Oh, my mic was turned down. Well, we're back here with Bill Arsenault of Doom Machine. We just heard two songs from their album Let There Be Doom / Volume 4.5 / Decade of Doom. It's a triple album.
Kind of, yeah. Three releases on 2 CDs.
Yeah, so how do you, like, how did the decision to Let There Be Doom Volume 4.5 happen?
Well, basically, I think like the writing between myself and our guitarist Colin is quite a bit different. He's much more of a straightforward metal writer, and seem to be veering more towards stoner / doom stuff because I listen to that a lot because I'm just such a happy-go-lucky person that I need doom metal music all the time. No, I listen to everything, but so I said, how about we do these two, like do 2 EPs, because he keeps talking about doing an EP, and I don't see the sense in going through all that work for like 3 or 4 songs. So, but anyways, so we did 26 songs instead. But anyways, so the first EP is all more doom stuff, and then the second, the volume 4.5 part was more of a free-for-all, whatever we had left.
Yeah, so basically, like, you picked your favorites for Let There Be Doom, and then everything else that was too good to throw away, you kept. Is it just me, or is there, like, some kind of weird vocal distortion on the microphone? I had to try and figure that out.
Distortion!
Yeah, this is the kind of effect I would use for the Unchained.
This is not distortion! No. No, actually, I mean, like, the Volume 4.5 stuff is not throwaway stuff. It was whatever didn't fit together style-wise. So, like, they're a little bit more...
So more experimental stuff.
Well, a little bit more... yeah, there is an experimental, like, there's definitely a couple experimental things, but it's more, like, up-tempo, sounds a little bit closer to something like, I don't know, Iron Maiden as opposed to Black Sabbath, I guess would be the way I would say it.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, so yeah.
So we just played 2 songs, Scarecrow and Not Beyond Judgment. Scarecrow is a really popular one. You guys played that at Maritime Metal last year when I was there, and that went over really big. In fact, your performance there went over really big, and you're coming back again to Metal Fest this year.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts going into Metal Fest this year?
Kick as much ass as possible.
That's very succinct. Do you think that you could top last year's performance?
I don't know. I've already like scratched. I don't know what I want us to play. Like, I've done a set list, and I'm like, no. And then I scratch it out and start over. Nah, gonna do this. We're actually gonna do something a little bit different. But, you know, just do the best that we can. hopefully my strap blocks won't break mid-song.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends that was taking pictures, I saw him zooming in, and I was going to pose for him. The one time that I actually try to show off a little bit,
Yeah.
and because I usually leave that up to Colin, and the one time I try to, show off, my strap lock comes out, and I'm like, yeah. There were some 4-letter words going through my mind right there, but I made it back to the mic, just in time. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so hopefully we can not have any snags like that. But.
Yeah. So the next 2 songs we're going to play, you know what? I usually play 2 songs in a row, but I think given that I've picked so few songs initially, we could afford to play them one at a time.
Cool.
So up next, we've got The Kingdom's Rise.
Yes.
So
that's a Volume 4, 4.5 song.
Yeah. So just briefly before we get into that, how did Volume 4.5 come in?
The name?
Yeah.
It just basically, because Let There Be Doom is technically the 4th, so then this is the 2nd EP that makes up the 4th full album, so it's literally Volume 4.5, but it was also just a little bit of a nod to Black Sabbath.
Yeah, because they have Volume 4
and
as
that's
an
my
album.
favorite album by them. So.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. I really like the album art for that one. I'm not sure if it's my favorite Black Sabbath album, but I definitely like the artwork.
And bands like Church of Misery and other bands have copied that.
Oh, yeah.
And so they have Ozzy just in a different color, but then they have their own font. So that and Master of Reality is one of the most stolen album covers. Like people copy it.
Just relentlessly. But The Kingdom's Rise, what can you tell us about that one? Just like anything from like what the lyrics mean to the recording process, any fun trivia about the song?
The Kingdom's Rise is kind of about just kind of overcoming adversity, and because the lyrics are talking about a lot of people trying to kind of bring you down type thing.
Yeah.
And it's just you're
the man trying to bring you down.
The man or a bunch of little men that think that they're the man trying to bring you down, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So it's just about standing up and just grabbing something by the balls and just going with it.
Saying, hey, no.
Yeah.
All right, so Doom Machine, Kingdom's Rise here on CKDU.
You can do it!
Next song a little early there, but nonetheless, we are back here on Drag the Waters, CKDU 88.1 FM. That was As the Horsemen Ride. Nope.
Kingdom's Rise.
Kingdom's Rise. As the Horsemen Ride is later in the set list. See, I thought I was on my
Move
game.
one cabinet, and this guy's completely like off.
No. They didn't just move one cabinet. They also moved, like, the vinyl, the record players. They threw in a new table.
Oh, yeah, the record players used to be here, wasn't it?
They used to be where this folding table is now that has, like, 2 stools underneath it for some reason. Like,
gonna have a orgy of musicians later.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Yeah. Really, I was following you on the first bit there. Then again, I'm not sure like how many people can fit in this room, or you could probably fit a
few can go up there on top of the.
Yeah, I mean we've got more tables now, so
yeah, there you go. You could have some fun in here.
We got Bill Arsenault, Doom Machine, Kingdom's Rise. So how have you been? Like, how have you been? How are you feeling?
Been?
Yeah.
It's been the best of times. It's been the worst of times. No. Up and down, just like anybody else, I guess.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster of situations and things.
Yeah. Really, to tell you the truth, I mean, like, yeah, I have had some personal crap, but this album and getting that done gave me some positive frustrations.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always frustrating to mix and master, but it also gave me something positive to work on. So
yeah.
I mean, it's a cool thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I've heard other, like, so I remember Elton John said about one album he did, but he was, coming off one of his benders or whatever. He goes, wasn't my best album, but at least I was working on something positive. And I'm like, that's actually not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
like, I personally find that working on music is one of the best things for me therapeutically.
Yeah.
And performing it is even better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Like,
you actually
I absolutely
get
see
it
where you're
out.
coming from.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we for this album, we actually started recording it about a month after our last one came out. So it was like back in January of 2016.
Yeah.
You know, we started tracking, and a lot of it wasn't even written then. Like,
Yeah.
I was kind of writing as I was going on some stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, Not Beyond Judgment, that song kind of was like, I need a heavy song right here.
Yeah.
And I just went searching through and then found the intro and then wrote a song after, kind of threw it together, and it actually worked. You know,
Yeah.
songwriting doesn't always work that way, but I actually forced a good one out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a good
And
crap.
then you all like it does make a lot of sense that it took so long to record the whole album because you have
26 songs.
26 songs. You have re-recordings of a bunch of your old material plus
12 songs plus a live track, yeah.
the live track Fight Till the End. Where was that recorded again?
Monty is at last year's April Assault. So,
Ah.
2016, whichever one that was, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know. Yeah, Jason's done so many,
Yeah.
but
It's like a yearly thing now.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. So, yeah, that was he's been trying to, he was actually trying to get us on there for 3 or 4 years, and we just couldn't quite get, you know, schedule-wise, yeah. So we finally got on there. Hopefully we'll be back next year, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, invite us.
Yeah,
Hint, hint.
Jason,
Yeah, Jason.
if you're listening.
Probably not, but
Yeah. If he's not, then I have some serious words for him. So just to toot to our own horns here for a minute, the Coast is doing their Best Of series. So if you need things to vote for CKDU for Best Station and Best Station that plays local music. Vote for Drag the Waters for Best Radio Show. Vote for Do Machine for Best Metal Band.
sure.
And
Or merch, or
Yeah.
best band to turn up loud,
Yeah.
or
although I've also been told to promote Dally Van Gogh for Best
Oh, yeah,
Band to Turn Up
figures.
Loud.
figures.
Yeah, I mean,
We got them on the merch though.
you got them on the merch, yeah. All they have is like a hat and one T-shirt and a CD and stickers.
Apparently, I made a deal with Isaac for. I thought I was just making the deal for CDs, but apparently it was a CD and a shirt because I was going through my laundry and I said to my wife, I said, "You got a Dolly Van Gogh shirt?" She goes, "No, you got one." I said, "No, I didn't." so apparently I made a deal that at the end of the night that I didn't even realize. So
Did you have that much to drink?
I didn't have anything to drink. Seriously.
No, I believe you because I don't drink either.
Yeah. I'm just on meds right now.
No,
so I
that's
can't.
that's the same thing
Yeah,
with me.
yeah,
if,
so-
if I drink, I will die.
Yeah. If I drink, I'll just, I don't know, probably be curled up in a corner, drowning up in my own
Turning up in a quarter? Like, how do you fit into the size of a quarter? I mean,
corner. See, I can't even talk.
yeah. Sometimes I mess up words and I wonder how I have a radio show and I can barely communicate. That's a thing that I actually find respectable about people who immigrate to Canada because they're really trying their best to communicate in a language of which they're unfamiliar. And
We don't even know it.
And we don't even get our own language sometimes.
We make it up as we go.
Yeah. So up next we're going to put on King Doom, which is a song off the first album, am I right? Second
Doom
album.
Nation.
I keep forgetting that you had an album before Doom Nation.
I'm trying to help people forget that there was an album before that.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
Kind of an Alanis Morissette thing. She had albums before Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
But
I actually liked her before then. I had she was hot.
I've never actually played her albums before Jagged Little Pill because I just want to be ignorant to the fact that she did pop.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
She was dancing around and saying, "Give it to me like I'd like to give it to you." Come on, that's.
Okay, maybe when you word it like that, maybe I'll look into
I
it.
love that video.
But still, You Ought to Know is...
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not
that's
saying Jagged Little Pill wasn't
Yeah,
a great album because I had it.
You Ought to Know is, for me, the epitome of
I was
where
one of the
Alanis Morissette
80,
is.
100 billion people that bought that album.
I got the collector's edition
Ooh.
with the 3 discs.
Ooh, Alanis Collectors.
But here's the thing. I didn't buy it.
What? Did she give it to you?
Like I would give it to Oh my god.
Who would have thought I would have came all the way down here to talk about Alanis Morissette? Wow.
Wow. King Doom by
Yes,
Doom
King Doom.
Machine. Here on Drag the Waters. Drag the Waters, CKDU 88.1 FM.
What song was that, Ethan?
That was King Doom.
Yay!
So you did mention at one point during our inner song discussions that's one of your favorites to play live.
Yes, it is.
So what are your, like, maybe top 5 Doom Machine songs to play live?
Well, obviously King Doom.
Well, yeah, we just went through with saying that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to include it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the king might get sad.
Meanwhile, King Doom is sitting on top Mount Doom like, oh.
And then he's crawled, on a quarter. Curled up on a quarter, crying his eyes out.
To Alanis Morissette.
No, King Doom would never listen to Alanis Morissette. He would, sacrifice her on a barbecue or something.
Like a Undertaker cross from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Dong. No, Fight to the End's another good one to play live. Left Behind, we've only played it once, but as soon as I hit that high note that's in there, I looked up and there was a couple of people like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
So that one's a pretty good one.
I unfortunately had to bow out early to your CD release, but I do remember hearing some comments that you pulled off some vocal stuff that had people going, wait, he actually can do that?
Yes.
Was that like...
He can hit that kind of note?
Yeah, he's like, he can hit that?
I never really had a reason to before.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't just go into just like some doomy song and go, don't boo,
I can't even
it just doesn't make any sense.
I can't even hit that note normally.
That's not even as high as I can go. I can mimic some of the weirdest shit, man.
I think now is a good time to mention that there's a profanity warning on this show.
Ooh!
It's
Bad Bill!
Yeah. I used to have, the opening for Drag the Waters has been missing for quite some time. We're working on getting a new one. I'm actually planning on recording a minute-long cover of Drag the Waters specifically to serve as the opening for the show.
Oh, okay.
And so, as a result...
don't forget to pay Phil.
Yeah. Sure. Sure, I'll pay Phil for doing a 1-minute, just barely a cover of a song that he sang on that's only going to be used for non-commercial purposes.
Yeah, true enough. He probably won't care. He's not Gene Simmons trying to copyright everything everybody does.
Copyright the
Spider-Man
symbol. Or I love you inside.
Kiss, but Gene's a douche.
Yeah, he kind of is. He makes a lot of really dumb comments.
Yeah.
Like, he said rock and roll is dead one time, and yet Stone Sour's putting out a fantastic album based on their fabulous, if fabulous.
In his defense on that one, though, I think what he was trying to say is that the presence of rock and roll in mainstream, because, you turn on pop channels and all these things. I mean, back in the... you got to go back, but even back in the 90s, MTV Awards, you'd have Nirvana and those guys and stuff.
You would have.
Now there is nothing even close to anything being played with a guitar.
Oh yeah.
Unless it's some pansy guy talking about his girlfriend that's...
Yeah.
And he's curled up on a quarter. Crying his eyes out like a pussy.
Yeah.
Is that a bad word too?
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit over the line.
On.
That one's a little bit over the line. But that's okay.
And then beep, and then
yeah. This is going to turn into the talking smack about pop music segment of Drag the Waters. That always happens.
Last time it was Nickelback. Last time we were here last year.
Last time it was Nickelback, who have just put out a new album that I have not listened to yet. But we
wish them all the best in their
future endeavors.
Musical endeavors.
Musical endeavors with finger quotes. But I actually do remember listening to the lead single, the title track, and thinking, wow, this is already better than their last album when they were collaborating with Flo Rida. Although, really...
Too little, too late, Chad.
Yeah, you could literally release a version of Photograph which is
Look at this graph. That's my favorite
look
one.
at this giraffe.
Look at this giraffe.
And you could sell that as a single, and that would automatically be better than the last album because they
Better than the original.
yeah. But
No, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna say I only like early Nickelback.
yeah,
Their first couple albums.
I actually haven't listened to their first few albums. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, we were talking smack about pop
music.
Like, I feel like my personal stance on this for many, many years has been, and still is, that pop music now is soulless. It's pathetic. Even with music back in like the 70s, if you were going to write a bad song, you had to write and record a bad song. Nowadays, you have people with their laptops who just
program it all and
crap out a bad song.
There's actually music programs that write songs, and then they have the formulas and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, everything is so formulaic.
Yeah, I mean, one of the coolest
insert wild rapper here.
Yeah, one of the coolest pop songs, and I'm going back a little bit, but Fergie did that song Clumsy or whatever. And anyway, the only thing that's cool about it is that the drum rhythm sounds like one of those old Pong games from back in the early 80s, like boop, 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 boop. And that's the only thing that's cool about it. I'm just like, now we're playing hockey.
I think the best pop record in the longest time that I can think of off the top of my head was the latest Daft Punk album, because they did it like a 70s record.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a 70s soul funk kind of record, and Uptown Funk is basically the same thing. Like, I find that the most tolerable pop songs are the ones that record them like real music do.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't mind pop music,
I do.
As long as, well, I mean, see, I have to listen to something at work, right?
Yeah.
So, but usually I try to get them to put it on the 80s pop. Because,
80s pop is at least good.
Oh, the worst song on there is better than the best song on the newer pop channel,
yeah.
in my opinion. And, like they'll play like Panama by Van Halen.
Yeah, like you could tie me down to a chair and say, hey, we got some Loverboy here.
We got some Culture Club.
We got some Loverboy, Culture Club.
It's not the greatest, but it's far from the worst.
Who did Died in Your Arms Tonight? It wasn't Journey. It was...
Cutting Crew.
Cutting Crew,
I just died in your arms tonight.
You could line that up, or you could listen to some Katy Perry, and I'm like, give me the other thing right now.
I want to look at Katy Perry before she got the haircut. I don't want to actually listen to her.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. She's got a couple songs that are tolerable.
Yeah.
And at least she can play a guitar.
Yeah.
She doesn't most times.
She doesn't, but she can.
Yeah.
Like, I had a discussion once with someone, and they said, not sure of the validity of this, but they said that Katy Perry, during her live shows, rocks her songs up a little bit.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't freaking listen to Katy Perry. I don't watch her shows.
Carrie Perry?
Carrie Perry?
Carrie Perry?
Yeah.
Carrie Perry, who's curled up on a quarter in the
listening to Alanis Morissette.
Listening to Alanis Morissette.
It's like rain on your wedding day.
Oh, jeepers. Isn't that ironic? Why are we talking about this crap? This is a metal show.
This is a metal show, so we're going to play some metal as the Horsemen ride.
Finally.
Yeah. You just kind of go with the flow, and whatever happens,
I guess.
happens. That's just how I do
come up with something better than that, though.
Yeah. We'll talk about Metallica or something.
We just lost both of our listeners.
Yeah. Doom Machine as the Horsemen ride. All right, so just a question, because I've been curious. I don't actually listen to a lot of Iron Maiden. What Iron Maiden song was that? He's thinking.
Wrathchild.
What?
Wrathchild.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. Wrathchild by Iron Maiden.
Look it all up, man. Maiden rules.
Oh, I have a few Maiden albums.
Everything
or
from
songs.
Everything from the first album right up to like
I have the newest
Son of a
one.
Seventh Son.
I have the newest one for
Book
sure.
of Souls?
Yeah.
That's decent. Decent.
It's a good one.
We have to school you on some classic metal, man.
Yeah, I did get on a Testament kick recently though.
Ooh, nice.
I I actually got, like, in Rock Band 2, they re-recorded Souls of Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, they did a re-recording of it, and they only had it in Rock Band 2. I found someone who had taken the stems from Rock Band 2 and remixed it so that it was, like, viable. I'll have to play it on the show sometime.
Oh, cool.
Because it actually sounds way better than the original, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Souls
Like,
of Black
the
is-
bass intro is way better,
Oh, nice. Cool.
in my opinion. But, yeah.
Well, cool.
Well, maybe I'll pull it into the playlist and play it after the next song, like go from Doom Machine into Testament.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
Yeah. Which means we're going to have to come up with some garbage to talk about while I pull that into the playlist.
Well,
so.
Ethan revealed that he has PTSD from listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well, actually, I actually did get a... What I...
See, he
I'm not-
can't even talk.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I
You're
don't
short-circuiting as you...
I have mental illness. I am very open about the fact that I suffer from anxiety disorder and depression.
And I'm
but-
making fun of him nonstop.
Yeah, but I'm loath to say that I suffered from PTSD because I've never like been to a war zone. But Tim Hortons for me was a very bad experience.
I think
working
Tim
there.
Hortons working there is a bad experience for everybody.
Yeah, but like this, like I couldn't step foot in a Tim Hortons for nearly a year after I quit. But when I was working there, what he was referring to is the fact that they would play the same songs when I was on break.
The same bleeping songs.
Yeah, like the same songs every time, and always there would be Shake It Off by Taylor Swift and Bad Blood. And a few other ones that are garbage that I can't remember, but
I think all of her stuff's garbage, but
yeah,
that's just me.
like just a few songs that aren't by Taylor Swift that are garbage. But
they
it was
need to
always
switch
Bad
it to
Blood.
Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden.
Oh, that won't fly in a Tim Hortons.
Oh, come on. Hallowed be thy name. It's got a nice...
Yeah.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah, yeah. I would.
that would be
I
a
would,
good-
I would play that in a Tim Hortons.
Guaranteed 13-minute break right there.
Yeah, like
Empire of the Clouds, guaranteed 18-minute break.
yeah. You just sit down. It's like, yeah. When this song's over, I'll head back out.
Oh, if that's the case, then you want to play
2112.
Dope Smoker. No, Dope Smoker is an hour and 3 minutes by Sleep. The only problem is it's the same riff for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that is a minor issue, but you know.
Yeah. You know, get into some conversation with your coworkers, and you know, it'll go by.
I don't think any of them liked me.
Probably because you didn't like the Taylor Swift music, and they did.
No, I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well.
it was garbage.
Yeah. And we're back talking about stupid pop music.
Hey,
again.
at least we're not talking about Alanis Morissette and crying on a quarter.
No, crying on the quarter. Yeah, let's play No Quarter by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I think I have that on here. I'll have to pull it in sometime. I prepared 9 songs for the show.
Yeah.
And I greatly misinterpreted exactly how much talking was going to be done. Like,
Okay.
so I'm going to
Are we
run.
not talking enough, or are we talking too much?
Oh, we're not talking enough, I think.
Oh, okay.
But nonetheless, we're going to be playing a song of Doom Machines called Shadow next.
Shadow.
That was one of the ones that you previewed to me when I popped in for...
Yeah, you just wandered up and said, "Hey, man, can I sing on your song?"
Yeah, that's more or less how it went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
like...
begged me like a little dog, and I said, "Fine."
Yeah, we'll talk more about that when we play Out of the Cold after the next break, but... What can you tell me about Shadow?
Shadow, interesting story about that one. It actually started off as a faster, more rockier song. Colin had this title called In the Shadow of You, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I can work with that. And anyways, I don't know, it just... Even for a free-for-all EP, it just wasn't fitting in. So, and then I had a slightly different riff that was slower and heavier, and the lyrics fit, so I reworked it, and it became this big mother bleeper.
So it kind of hybridized between 2 other songs,
Yeah, well...
or 2 concepts.
Yeah, it basically, I pulled the lyrics and kind of the same music and just made it slower and heavier.
Yeah,
It's a much better song.
yeah. That's the Doom Machine formula. I talk about the Unchained formula. The Doom Machine formula is it a fast song? Slow it down.
Not always.
Yeah. It's not slow enough. It needs to be 1 beat per minute.
That'll be the next album.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3 CDs, all one song.
Yeah.
We're gonna
It's gonna be like the VHS of Titanic, which I think I have somewhere in my house. But anyway, Doom Machine with Shadow here on CKDU 88.1 FM. Yeah. I stole your thunder there. You probably should have been the one to thank your wife for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Put some more heart into that.
Thank you, baby.
So we just listened to Testament Souls of Black, kind of a surprise entry on the show.
Yeah.
The 2008 re-recording that was featured in Rock Band 2, and before that was Doom Machine with Shadow, which is pretty good song. Great solo.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
He's not bad. He says it during the interim. It's like, yeah, it's probably one of my favorite solos that we've done. And when we're live, it's like, yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's okay. It's all right.
Needs more cowbell.
Yeah. It needs more cowbell from a guy sitting on a quarter.
Quarter. Sitting on a quarter, playing cowbell. Boop, 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 boop. No. Going back to the solo, yeah, Colin really surprised me with that.
Yeah, that was a good
He
jam.
thought that one up all by himself.
Congratulations.
Well, some of it is him hammering stuff out, and I'm like, nah,
Nah, change this part a little bit.
yeah,
Okay, that's good.
it's just me being the bleep hole producer.
Yeah. So we're about to play another song from the Decade of Doom second disc. So,
Ooh.
How did you guys pick the songs that were going to be on the second disc?
I just jotted a bunch of songs down and said anything you guys wanted to add, and Jason said, well, I want to do Immortal. So, other than that, it's basically the songs that we play live the most.
Yeah.
It's
Like
pretty much
the
it.
fan favorites, more or less.
Band favorites.
Fan favorites, fan favorites.
Yeah, kind of what the fans have to listen to if
Yeah.
they're going to watch us play.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I really like a song I really like that End of Darkness song. Yeah, well, no.
Yeah.
We're not going to play that one.
Nope.
You're going to get Out of the Cold and you're going to like it.
Yeah. Is this basically the most played Doom Machine song on here?
Out of the
show?
Cold? Yeah, it is the most played Doom Machine song on, probably on CKDU. Because, probably because, it's, we're starting to get fewer rock shows on CKDU.
Yeah.
There's Halifax is Burning, there's me, I think there's one other show that is just starting.
Yeah.
The guy who's on after me plays some Canadian rock, but also American soul, which is a strange mix, but I've heard stranger mixes on the show. There was a show that used to be on CKDU here that specialized in post-acid math jazz.
Oh, cool.
Which I didn't even know was a genre until I
I've
played
never
that.
heard of that one before.
Yeah,
So.
that just
Post-acid math jazz.
yes, that's what the genre was called. I'm not sure how you take that. I'm not sure if it's a bunch of
Is there a guy, playing crab chord bass lines, or
I don't know. Is it taking drugs and then doing mathematics with instruments? I don't know. It's
I don't get the whole math metal. I understand the theory of it, but it doesn't have much feeling to me.
So we're gonna be playing Out of the Cold next. So
Okay.
What was it like working with me to record guest vocals on this song?
It was okay. No, actually, you did it actually blended a lot better than I thought it was going to. I was kind of skeptical, but you were wanting so bad to be on that. So I was like, okay, well, we'll work into the mix and turn your way down. But
Yeah.
but
But
it actually fit pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when I'm recording vocals, I've only ever recorded with Isaac before, so having outside perspective on how it is to work with me is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And plus it was also to be fair, you were going on a song that was already established.
Yeah.
So you had to kind of follow what was already there. There wasn't really, I got an idea for this.
Yeah.
So you...
Maybe for the next record.
Yeah, maybe for the next record.
I'm kidding, unless you actually want me.
We'll talk.
That's a no, ladies and gentlemen. That's a subtle no.
If you can go and sit on a quarter in the corner.
I think I'll check my wallet while the song is playing. But I'm gonna have to beef up the set list maybe. But nonetheless, Out of the Cold by Doom Machine featuring Ethan Anderson. There it is. Welcome back, Drag the Waters, CKDU 88.1 FM. That was Out of the Cold by Doom Machine, my personal favorite by the band. And yeah, it's pretty good as a fan when you look up to a band and really like a song and then manage to get in on a recording of that.
Weasel your way in.
Yeah. Just kind of use your position as a local radio show host to wedge yourself into bands.
Well, see, like, yeah, because I said that to the guys in the band. I said, well, I mean, if we let him on the song, then he'll be more apt to play us. You know, hey.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No,
It works.
I mean, I'll play it anyway, so.
Yeah, that one song, but now you're playing other songs.
Oh, yeah, I've got 26 songs to pick
choose
from.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be mixing it up a bit, but I just had to go into all my old set lists and find all the Out of the Cold and replace it with the new version.
Yes.
I had to do that with The Victim as well by Shadow of Everest. Shout out to Shadow of Everest. Yeah, I kind of had to start thinking about my favorite local band songs, because Out of the Cold is up there. The Victim by Shadow of Everest is up there. I have to discount the ones that I'm involved in, which means I can't choose Sunshine by Dally Van Gogh or anything The Unchained has done.
Yeah.
So what are your, favorite local songs or bands?
Favorite local songs?
Or bands?
Well, usual, like Blackmore and Hitman
Yeah.
are favorites.
They're definitely good.
Not really local, but Death Valley Driver.
Yeah, they're
good.
I mean,
They're
maritime local.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
local enough.
Enemy Design, good friends of mine and stuff, and they all right. And
They
they all right. And
next thing you know, Mel is gonna be crying in a quarter.
Mel's going to be crying on a quarter. She couldn't even get her boobs on a quarter, let alone be on a quarter. She is actually, because she does background vocals on Earthshaker.
Yeah.
And she's very playfully renamed the song to Boob Shaker.
Yeah. we can make those jokes because she made them.
Yeah, she made the jokes. Yeah. That's just the way it is. But yeah, she calls it Boob Shaker. So
Yeah, speaking of, actually, I've done a little rearranging of the set list, and we're actually going to play Earthshaker next.
my wife just sent me a text and said, leave her boobs out of this. No!
All of a sudden, Mr. Brightside started playing in the distance. Or at least the first part of the chorus.
Yeah.
I've actually gotten into a weird Killers kick. I don't know what it is, but this is actually going to segue.
Got so bad. That band? That's the same.
Mr. Brightside.
But they did that song. I got so bad.
I don't know. I only know 3 of their songs.
Yeah.
I'm on a kick for a band that I only listen to 3
I know
of their songs.
Iron Maiden Killers, which that song Wrathchild is on, that you got to find.
Yeah, I got to get that whole album. But here's a question that kind of interludes a bit with what I was rambling about a second ago.
Oops.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could get into that later, but
Okay.
I feel at times of the year it determines or influences what I listen to.
Yeah.
There are some songs that have a distinct summery feel, and I only really listen to them during the summertime. Trains by Porcupine Tree is a good example. When You Were Young by The Killers is another example. Do you have any songs for you that are particularly seasonal?
Yeah, it's more bands, but I think it's more of when I got into them. So fall, I listen to a lot of Typo Negative, just simply because it fits.
Yeah.
The whole fall thing, and I mean, even they release all their albums in the fall, so I mean, it's,
Yeah.
well, they did, but
Rest in peace, Peter Steele.
Yes, absolutely.
The only person who can compete with me in a low voice contest.
I'm sure somebody probably can. But,
Yeah, somebody else probably.
I really
could.
hope Peter's less miserable at wherever he is now than he was
Yeah.
when he was on Earth. But anyways, I got into Kiss like over the winter, so like I don't know, for some reason during the winter I listened to a lot of Kiss.
Yeah.
And Iron Maiden during the summer. So I don't really have a spring band. Maybe
Yeah.
Metallica during the spring. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I find that in like gloomier weather, I listen to more Alice in Chains.
Yep.
That's not even like a seasonal thing. That's like if the weather is gloomy, I'll listen to Alice in Chains. It just fits. Like I had a day not long ago where I posted on Facebook, today looks and feels like an Alice in Chains song. And then everyone just started commenting what Alice in Chains song could fit the weather.
Yeah.
Like people were saying, "Rain When I Die," "Down in a Hole," "Your Decision."
Damn that river.
Yeah, "Damn the River." "Nutshell."
Yeah. Yeah.
"Play Rooster." You don't even go here. How are you commenting? I don't even have you on my friends list.
Yeah. Who are you and who sent you?
So now we're going to play Earthshaker by Doom Machine, featuring Mel from Enemy Design on the choruses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Featuring Mel.
I tried to press the button to turn that off, so I guess that kind of spoils what the next song is going to be.
Why? You already gave him a preview?
Yeah, just like, I'm the kind of person who can recognize a song if I'm familiar enough with it within a
Like a
few
second?
seconds.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
if anyone is familiar enough with your first album,
The very first
the
album?
very first album,
Okay, so you got it right this time?
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Immortal.
Immortal.
Not the song Immortal, but from that album.
From Immortal. You read the liner notes, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like, there were a few that I didn't recognize. Like, I can't remember the exact moment I realized that you guys had an album before Doom Nation,
yeah.
but I was like, huh, they have another album. And then there were a bunch of songs on Decade of Doom that I didn't recognize, so I was like, are these from the first album? Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw this next track, which I'm going to be playing soon, Bullet in the Head, I thought it was a Rage Against the Machine cover.
No.
And then I thought, well, actually, no, my first thought was like, these guys know Anarchy Club? Because The Unchained, for our first EP, we covered a song by Anarchy Club called Bullet in the Head.
Right.
And then my second thought was, is this Rage Against the Machine? And then I looked at the first album, I was like, oh, no, they just have a song called Bullet in the Head.
Yeah.
Name's the same.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually don't have too many songs that have the same title as something else.
Yeah. Sometimes I do that specifically to try to avoid covering that other song.
Well, yeah, and
Because
that's...
I'm a bit of a cover hoe.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I like have a list of songs that I want to cover with
Oh, yeah,
The
I think you were
Unchained,
telling me
and
about that before, yeah.
Yeah, I did mention it before, but now the list has grown to 66.
66.
Yeah.
So you just need 600 more songs.
Yeah. I just need 600 more. We'll put out a 60-part cover album.
It's almost like Pearl Jam and their live albums that one
Yeah.
time. They put out, like, I don't know how many live albums it was.
Like, they have hundreds of bootlegged albums.
But I mean, these were like official releases, though, that came out.
Oh, yeah.
But they just all came out, and it was just like every show from that tour was its own little album.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at all of them like, no, I like this set list the best, so I'll get the one from
Yeah. So
Idaho.
speaking of live albums, what is your opinion of them?
Love them.
Yeah.
Love live albums. I find, I mean, unless the band completely sucks live, and then they
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing a live album.
Yeah.
I find that the energy's better. I find, like, I don't know, there's just something about it.
Because I've recently picked up a Def Leppard live album, Mirrorball.
Yeah.
And there's a few differences between it and the original studio version. Like, the guy's voice is more of a low croon as opposed to a metallic screech.
Well, there's a few years
Oh,
difference.
yeah, there's definitely a few years
And
difference.
then,
but I
and
like
then
their,
music's very polished.
I like their version of Animal better on the live album than I
Yeah.
do in the studio version, I think.
Yeah.
Although that is slightly heresy. But I've also been really fond of Disturbed's latest live album, Live at Red Rocks. I'm
I listened to that once.
I'm the biggest Disturbed fan in this part of the world, probably.
Well, you do look disturbed.
Yes.
Yeah. But don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, excuse me while I cry on a quarter.
He's gonna cry on a quarter.
Yeah. But
No,
I missed out on that tour. I think they're taking a little break before they come back with a new album. They're doing an acoustic EP at some point. But
really?
I'm actually excited for it.
Oh,
like
right.
I'm very interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
But that was a way to like kind of get the energy of a live show without actually being able to go.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, and I can actually remember this and come back to this memory, as opposed to the times when they came in 2009 and 2011 where I have to rely on my garbage memory.
Yeah. No, 2009, I saw them then. I didn't see the second time.
Yeah, I saw the second time with Korn. I met Fieldy at that show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Was he a complete dick to you?
No, he was actually great.
Because somebody else was telling me some story about how he was, like, not friendly.
Yeah, he was pretty cool with me.
Oh, so maybe you got him right after the person told him off. Because apparently somebody told him right off.
Yeah.
Because he was being just a snob.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I have other choice words.
Yeah, you have other choices.
I wasn't there. I'm just going by what I heard.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sucks when you...
At the minimum, he was polite. And when you're...
Well, that's all you want them to be. I mean, they don't have to be your best buddy or something like that.
All you have to do is, like, smile, shake their hand,
pose for the picture or whatever.
I didn't even take a picture.
Yeah.
Like, I just said, hey, I really appreciated the show. I really liked the show. Come back to Halifax sometime. And that was that for me. I also met Mike Inez outside of the Metro Center with Alice in Chains. Yeah. I had to really shout out to Tyler Kent for spotting him and then bringing him back to us. But, you know. Okay, so it's about 9:30, so... You have a show that you're going to after this.
Yes, I'm heading out to the Weed Eater show up at the Oasis, which has already started, but...
All right. So I'll let you go to that, and we'll play Bullet in the Head, and then I'll cover for the last half hour on my lonesome. And
talk about people on quarters.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to carry a running gag completely alone.
No.
I'll just be crying on a quarter in between songs.
Well, you can just pretend that there's another guest here.
Yeah, I'll just talk to myself.
And just say, hello, person.
Hi. Hello. Mickey Mouse here. You thought you killed me, but I'm back. Doom Machine with Bullet in the Head.
Doom!
Thank you, Bill, for coming on. It was absolute pleasure to have you.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was great.
No, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me again.
It was effing fantastic.
Bleeping!